Greetings and welcome back to Dragon City! And I'll bet you're wondering why it is that I'm zoomed in on the portal to the ancient world. Well, they did an update today. Yes, they did an update. You might look around the screen and say, well, this looks a bit different. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And I don't really have any problem with that. I do, however, have a problem with something else. Oh, no. They just took it into cartoon land. I know it wasn't real life in the first place, but oh, that is just so cartoony. Oh, that is just, I don't like that at all. No. As a matter of fact, when it first loaded up, obviously there was nothing there, and what was horrifying me was that some of these guys were gone. They weren't there. You know, I was like, where'd he go? Where'd my guys go? Because I need to be able to do this. Those guys are almost now as critical as the buff. You know, those guys are really critical to me now. Yeah, and they weren't there. It took a while for that to load. I actually had to reboot to get them. So if you're not, okay, yeah, okay, right. For a minute I thought I was missing that one. And this does look a little different, and that's not so bad. They have changed them a bit. As I said, they weren't there in the beginning. They have changed them a bit. It's just those prompts just look so cartoony. I guess it's just me. I just didn't like the way they looked. I do like the way they did move things around on the screen a little bit, and that's kind of useful. And they have this thing, little tab over on the side. That's actually social stuff in there. The storage now goes right to storage, which is really good. I like that. And the battle scene is pretty much the same there, too. I didn't see any differences around there. And it hasn't caused me any problems yet. There were some, like, negative stuff on iTunes regarding it, but no one has said there was any problems. So this is actually the first time I'm going to be really playing this one. It was just a couple of hours ago that it was updated, so we'll see what works out. We'll see what happens with this. But I actually do need to get some more. Hold on a minute here. I do need to get some more stuff here. Yeah, they changed the little upgrade icon too, didn't I? Well, anyway, that's not such a big deal. Okay, because I need to feed this guy to get the rest of my stuff. The coconuts! It's coconuts this month. Alright, a little bit more. Okay, there we go. We sold one. And that is done. So it should be 98. Ends at 98. It does end in 98. Okay, so nearly 4,900 of the coconuts for the thing. So let's go in and work on our snake dragon. It's a snake dragon, right? And they have him right at the top, which is great. And we're rapidly approaching the top here too, aren't we? Okay, so let's do this 240 because that seems like a good idea. And 250. Okay, it's starting to go up a bit here, but we got the resources. Okay. There it is. Do I want the chest? Or do I want the inexpensive route? All it's going to give me is food and money. And let's face it, I have both of them. But I don't want to run out of coconuts. I'm going this way. And we now have the third part of the snake dragon. Yes, the snake dragon, the only legendary available in this one. Okay, so that is actually the goal. So let's take a little trip straight back down this way. And that's going to cost us 490. All right. It's starting to look like we might get him in maybe the next episode, or maybe the one after. We still have 9.5 days left. Better than 9.5 days. So anyway, let's do 350. Another 355. Oh, what was that? Wait a minute. Oh, I didn't even look at it. I got to go back that way anyway, right? We'll worry about it then. I don't really think I'd hunt down a rare. I don't think so. Okay, and unfortunately we are now out. Unless I wanted that silver chest. Yeah, 295 as opposed to the 600. I think it was 600 up here. And they will be the same, you know. Okay, so anyway, I think we're done there. We can't make any of those moves. We're just short. I think I'll wait to see how many coconuts I have afterwards and then maybe pick off all those things that I can. Although, should I just do it? Yeah, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's see if they have a chance of getting something else. Okay, it was gems. Okay, and they changed the graphic for the gem. They did a lot of graphic overhauls, didn't they? Oh, what is that? That's the Predator Dragon. I think we saw another piece of him. Can I move back over here? Yes, I can. And that's where we're going to stop. Alright, so it's down in this corner, so I don't know if we'll be able to get him in the next episode, but the next one after that for sure. So, we'll have that snake dragon. Alright, so that's good. Alright, you may have noticed this. Because someone has now completed their training. Right. Okay, now I do want to put somebody in there to train, but not yet. We'll do that at the end of the episode, right? We'll do that at the end of the episode. Have I actually looked at his skills? Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll do that at the end of the episode. Okay, so where is he now? He was over here? Yes, he is. There he is. There's Chuckles. And Chuckles, I noticed they haven't changed this any. You know, adding more detail would have been nice, you know? I mean, you can't even see what his health is from here. So if you're going to make changes, that's someplace where I would have made changes, you know? Make this a little bigger, or maybe add a tab to it or something, and give us stats, because I'd like to see stats. I'm a stats person. Yeah, okay, so, we need him up to at least 25, though. Which means I gotta spend a lot of food doing that. Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah, couldn't love him again if I wanted to. Nope. Alright. And here's the fun part. According to a viewer, the tournaments are eventually going to be asking for these single element dragons to be 30. Just a fun fact of what's coming down the line. Yeah, and how wonderful it is to get food. Okay, so we have some dudes here. Yes, we do. All right, so let's go into here, and let's go into the tournament, the current tournament. I did look, and it didn't ask for anything crazy. All right, we've completed 6 stages. We're working on stage 7 now, and we have some 47th level dragons. Should I risk him here? Let's see. I should probably go... Okay, there's some water there. But I also have a there's also a nature one. There's just, I mean, there's a pure. All right, let's see what we got. I'm thinking that where's Bud? No, Bud doesn't have that. Danny, no. Where is? Yes, Spiky. Ugh. I'm thinking I'm gonna put Chuckles in. All right, we'll start with Chuckles. Oh, I want Buff. Excuse me. Be right back. I want Buff. Where's Buff? Where's my Buff? Where's my Buff? Here it is. Okay. Boom. There we go. Let's go back. Okay. Go to battle. Okay. Yeah, I want to do Chuckles. All right. Then I'm gonna do Bud. No, I'm gonna do Sergi. Then we'll do Bud. Because this might end up being the crew. And they're even in sync there. This might end up being the crew. Alright, let's see. Let's go to battle. Excuse me, is that 32,000 health? at 32,000 health? He doesn't even have any... He's a level under. And he doesn't even have any stars. Okay, Astro hit? Okay, silent. Wow. Okay. A little bit of silent there on the Astro hit, so why don't we do, snow instead? Okay, I'm not hearing anything. I guess he's a silent killer. Okay, water. Yeah, only fire and, something else too, but not... No, electricity goes the other way. Electricity goes the other way? Yeah, it's the other way. Okay, so we'll just, we'll do an Astro hit. What? Who? What? Oh, war? War crits water? I thought it was the other way around. I'm all confused. Okay, let's try that again. Astro hit. Okay, now I'm getting some sound. I am very confused. I didn't know they reverse critted each other. I knew that, war crits, pardon me, water crits war, but I didn't know war crits water. But anyway, he was hitting for an outrageous amount of stuff. I think he needs 2 wins for his crit. Hold on a second. Where is he? Chuckles. He needs 2 wins. I think he's gonna get him. Okay. Wow, does he actually need anybody else? I don't know. I'm beginning to wonder about that. Okay, so, yeah, I guess we're just gonna take him into the multiplayer. I think it's only, fortunately, 3 battles this time. And I hope that they're a little better than the 2 we had last time. We had 2 that was just 1 weak dragon each. Okay. Yeah, team. Okay, you guys are in there, but, you know, we got somebody else here. Stand clear for Chuckles. And then we're gonna do, where's Sergi? And where's Bud? Do I have Bud up here? There's Bud, okay. Okay. Alright, this should be interesting. Okay. Okay, he has a, legendary dragon to fight, who's a little bit higher than him, but doesn't have anywhere near the health. So he's having a good time with Astro Hit. Okay, I'm guessing maybe it was loading sounds in the beginning, and that's the reason we didn't hear it. Yeah, it just occurred to me, did he hit him for 12,000? I think he hit him for 12,000. Wow, okay. Just checking here, because I do believe War is going to crit him. I had to lean way over. Yeah! He's hitting like a truck. He's hitting like a truck. And by the way, he's already got his 2 wins. Eek. Wow. Okay. I'd be very interested to see how much his health goes up from here. He just had 32,000. That is with the buff, of course. Okay, because he should have his first bronze star. Alright, let's go. Oh my. So it was like 32,600. I think he got 1,200 health from that, which is more than they usually get. Snow! War does not like snow. Okay, oh, you critted him back. Okay, Earth on Ice. Okay, but we also have some war for you. Okay, is anybody else even going to get a chance to do battle anymore? Yeah, I mean, I'm beginning to wonder on that. Astro hit because it's doing so well. Wow. That was a neutral hit for 12,800. And he just has one bronze star. That's pretty devastating right there. Yeah, should I even bother having the other ones in there? They can just retire now. It may get to the point where I have to take him out just so somebody else can get a win. Alright, this unfortunately is our last one. And, let's hope maybe the other guys can get something going here, huh? Maybe I should change the order. Okay. Astro hit? I'll mix it up a little, because it is, pure. Okay, wow. He is 2 levels higher, too, right? Tesla Ray. Yeah, they all seem to do the damage, don't they? Oh, okay, head to head. Alright, head to head. Okay, this is, okay. I guess Astro Hit wouldn't work. Worked on water. He, of course, doesn't have the buff, and I think we're a level higher. I don't know what his training is. I doubt War would do the job, but we'll just do it for the heck of it. No effect. That's what I figured that was going to be the way, because it's the way it should be. I mean, Ice crits War, but Water crits War too, but I mean, War was able to crit Water, so yeah. Alright, he is going to lose this one. But I think it's rather amusing that it actually takes him fighting one of his own kind to lose, you know? Yeah, it actually took fighting himself to lose. Alright, so we'll throw some Sergi in there. Sergi gets a chance to do something now. Yeah, alright, Ice. Okay, I don't think I think Darkness would do nothing to Ice. Maybe, we'll see, we'll do some Darkness. Yeah, you know what I should have done there? Should have just gone with Pure. Yeah, just go with the Pure. Just keep it neutral and he'll still do good damage. Almost! But I don't think he'll finish him. No. Can't crit him. That's one of the benefits of Sergi, right? But unfortunately, Sergi's only going to get one win here. Yeah. Okay, and in comes Bud. Alright, Legend. Yeah, we're not getting some of those sounds. It may be just like when I first started it up and there was nothing on the screen, and then it ended up loading things one at a time. I don't think it's got the sounds yet. I think it's loading them on demand, which is what we heard in the beginning. Some of the attacks didn't have sounds, and then all of a sudden they did have sounds. Yeah, now it has a sound. Now it has a sound. Okay, so, well, we saw what it takes to bring down Chuckles, and it's one of his own kind. Right. Okay, so, yeah, very strong. Very, very strong, and he's still a level behind the other guys. Yeah. So let's, 5 more wins away from another, star. Wow, when he is actually, I've actually heard that when he has 3 gold stars, he's over 40,000 natural. So it was a little shocking to actually see that. But yeah, obviously. Of course, again, I would really like to see information like that on the screen, you know? Even if it's just their health and their attack power and stuff like that, you know? But yeah, obviously very, very strong. So our training was definitely worthwhile there. Speaking of training... it's time for somebody else to train. Where is Sergi? Okay. Let's start with electricity. That would be a 3%. Let's not start with electricity. Icy wind. That would be a 13% increase. That sounds like a better idea. Okay, that's only going to be a day. Alright, so I'll start his next training as soon as it's available there. Although we won't have him for the next fight then, probably, next episode then. But then again, I don't really think that Chuckles requires anybody else. Right. Unless, of course, he runs into himself. In which case, then he has to deal with himself. Okay, but I'm going to need food. Lots and lots of food. It's going to take me a while to get used to these icons. It's just those floaty ones, they look terrible. I don't mind these down here, this is fine. But those ones that float over are so cartoony. I mean, the thing about it is, yeah, it's animated to start with, right? But, hold on a minute. But those are really... They went in there with looking for detail, you know? They look kind of like detail, and the ground looks kind of textured and stuff. It's just those cartoony ones. Okay, I think I did this morning. Yes, I did that this morning. It's just that they just look a little too cartoony, you know? Just for my taste. You know, that's just me speaking now. Anyway, so the reign of Chuckles has begun. And, wow, he's really strong. And I have no idea what I'm going to do about food. Is it the time to start considering, upgrading them all? It's just, running those guys is so expensive, though. You know, it's 3 million. 3 million for those. I might have to do some more upgrading. Anyway, I think that'll do for today. So, thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games. Because games are fun. See ya.